He was saying actually the doctors weren't keen at all that he travelled over here, but he wasn't going to miss it. Absolutely wouldn't miss it for anything.
What a great effort, and there's no doubt he'll be in Ruhpolding next year, where the World Championships are going to be held next year. And then, of course, in 2013, the World Championships go to Novo Mesto, which will be interesting, and a different programme next year, Mike. Osterson, Hochfilzen are in there. We go to the Grand Bonnat in France. Haven't had a World Cup in France before, so that will be a massive occasion. Oberhof, Novo Mesto and Tolz host the 3 rounds after Christmas. Oslo, Kontiolahti and Khanty-Mansijsk, the final 3 rounds, with the World Championships just before we head out to Siberia at the end of next season, I should say.
I think that, and it'll be interesting going to the Czech Republic to see the World Championships for 213 tracks. I know they've done a great job there. They had the Junior Championships there this January, the Junior World Championships.
Now, as they come in to shoot, Norway, you'll remember, winning the men's mass start, and very, very impressed to hear that the Norwegian team donated all their money, all the prize money from that men's relay to the Japanese disaster, the earthquake, and of course the tsunami that followed. And so that just shows that they're not just doing it for the financial gain, and that certainly set a high standard. Here we go then, the penultimate shoot. Kostenko is flying, absolutely flying. Well, you don't do much better than that in a tough situation like this. She's the superior skier of these two, and now she's going to earn a lead. Belarus just making sure. Kalinchik, she thought that last one was down.
The brain said that was a hit and she was nearly away. She's got to rebuild now.
And I tell you what, she's going to see a glimpse of Magdalena Neuner as she leaves. Neuner down into lane number 3. The margin, Mike, can we get a read on the margin coming into the range?
It was still 55 seconds, which is, of course, she's got to shoot now, which will take at least 30 seconds.
Well, she needs to go clear. She needs to match Ukraine. She's been very good in the prone position so far this week, but there is the first miss. Does that signal the end of Germany's chances of taking the 4th gold and finishing the championships as the #1 team?
40 seconds, she's still got to, if she gets this, she'll still be closing in.
45, 46, she still has another 30 metres, 35 metres at least to ski. France and Germany side by side. Both teams going straight on, avoiding the penalty loop. So 59, they're under the minute, having started 1 minute and 7 seconds behind.
Yeah, I must say, Kostenko's shooting there was just brilliant. She didn't even think about pressure, she just reacted.
Slovakia, who started so well with Anastasia Kuzmina. This is Martina Helenarova.
Only 2 World Cups this season. Of course, she was thinking about retiring, but it's going so well for them today.
As we watch Slovakia and Italy battling it out for the minor placings. Email coming in from Roy. Thanks for your advice, Roy. I think you're right on some of the pronunciations. I don't think you're right on some of the others, as obviously we've been talking to a lot of the Russians out here. Always a difficult one, Mike, just to know how much you anglicise some of the pronunciations to make them understandable.
It frightens me. No, and there's so many different regional variations, it seems, as well in these names.
Absolutely. Now Sweden with Helena Ekholm.
Big adjustment to the sighter. Didn't see exactly what she did, but you just feel she's going to get them.
Of course, her husband David commentating for Eurosport in Sweden, and he will have been over the moon to see her performance in the individual. Again, she goes clear, so it's going to be a respectable result from the Swedes, but at 2:35 to 2:45 behind, no chance of getting on the podium. Tora Berger, not quite been as good as we might have expected, Mike, but she was on such good form right the way through the season after that little blip at the beginning that you had to wonder whether she could keep it going.
Well, I mean, she was part, of course, of the winning relay team, the mixed team from the first day, but yeah, just outside, the weather, the wind and the range played its part against Tora.
3 races to go, incidentally, in the World Cup standings, and only 69 points separating the top 5 women. Mäkinen and Ekholm are the 2 favourites to take the title at the end of the year, but Neuner and Berger are closing in very fast indeed. What is the margin going to be? Ukraine and Belarus still have an almighty task to hold off the Germans. Well, isn't that great? There goes Rico Gross. He's right in behind Magdalena Neuner. Actually, for a second, I thought he was supporting the Ukrainians, but I should have known better.
Look at Neuner. She's pulled back 20 seconds from the range, and Kostenko may well be hearing that, or they might even keep that information away from her.
Yeah, but the other thing that's impressive is that Marie Durant is staying with her.
Oh, the mission for the French were to medal in this race. They haven't had a happy time here, especially the girls.
That surely is that Neuner in the background. I think it might well be. I know the camera foreshortening the picture. It is Neuner. She is on the charge, and we think that she needs to be within 30 seconds after the last shoot to stand a chance. Again, Mike, she's doing exactly what Gerstner did. She's doing exactly what Bachmann did, and really pushing the pace on the middle loop.
I think in this situation she has to. It was 1:07 when she was handed over to, and you've got to throw caution to the wind. She's on her maximum skiing. We do see her sometimes skiing within herself, but she's just all out to close this gap, put the lead 2 under pressure.
Under 40 seconds behind. The Ukraine have built a 16.9 second lead over Belarus.
But look at the way Kostenko, no disrespect to her, she really is not on form. They didn't include her in any of the previous races except on the first day in the mixed relay because of her amazing shooting, and it's only 6 kilometers, so I would say her pace is going to slow down on the last loop.
Well, she's already lost 27 seconds. We'll try and, when they came out of the range after shoot number 7, 59 seconds was the margin. So we'll let you know exactly how much time Neuner pulls back. And I guess you could add another 10 seconds to that for the last lap, and we'll get some idea of what sort of a lead the Ukraine need. Team number 10 with the same colours going through, that's Kazakhstan and Elena Krusteleva. So don't think that the Ukrainians have 2 teams out there. It's Kostenko who turns right, down towards the firing point. She goes into lane 1. The biggest moment perhaps of her career so far. Remember, she is only ranked 40th in the world this year. And here she is trying to claim the relay title for the Ukraine.
In her mind, coming into the range, she knows it has to be 5 with 5 to stand a chance of winning.
Ukraine have only missed 4 so far. Well, it doesn't get any better than that, and now Neuner has to answer all the questions. She needs 5, and she needs 5 very quickly. The clock is ticking. We think the margin cannot be bigger than 30 seconds, but Neuner might disagree and say, I can catch 35 on the last lap.
You sense Neuner's going to shoot fast? Well, she is.
That's 3 out of 3 for Neuner. Only on 10 seconds so far. Oh, it's a sensational shoot, and the chase is on, and suddenly the odds change, and you have to put your money on Germany. That is a sensational shoot from Magdalena Neuner, and the French are going to go ahead of Belarus as well. Good finish, great finish from Marie Durant, 5 out of 5, and she looks as though she can bring the French to the bronze medal position, which is exactly where they finished in the mixed relay. So Neuner's chance, it's a 24-second margin, Mike. What did she gain on the penultimate loop?
She gained, just trying to get a look back to what she has pulled back. She pulled a phenomenal 40 seconds back, but that's with including fast shooting, which Kostenko did as well. I feel so sorry for Khanty-Mansijsk. She was in second place. She's on the penalty loop. She's definitely going to drop down to 4th for the Belarus. Neuner, she's just like, she's that pure hunter. She's sensing the gap, and she'll be working to close this and take the gold. I think she will.
Yeah, look, interesting to see her switch sides. This has been a major test, and she's proved that she is the best out there, Mike. Her shooting this year has been fantastic, a real change in her confidence. You only have to think back 2008, 2009, she could hardly hit a barn door in the stand position, and here she is clearing the last 5, just as she did in the mixed relay. And in fact, after the mixed relay, she said, that is the best race I've ever done. I think this might even surpass that.
That was just totally outstanding. She had to push the pace on her middle lap of 2 kilometres. She knew she had to throw caution to the wind. How she held the position, because the wind was blowing so strong from the left, she just went for it and achieved it.
Well, the next split time we'll get is at 4.5 kilometres, and as soon as they go through, we'll let you know. Here comes the Ukraine, Oksana Kvostenko. In the background, you can see Magdalena Neuner. There's a couple of climbs still to go, and it's the climbs where Neuner will claw back the time. The tempo is higher, the power is greater, and the speed is significantly faster from the German woman. 24 seconds, she's already gained at least 10 of those, but she is running out of snow. It could come down to a sprint finish, and Kvostenko is going to have to stay strong.
It's so close. Kvostenko, I think the climbs is where this climb, Neuner will pull back another 4 seconds. I'm quite sure the gap is so small.
24, 4.9, another 1,100 metres. Busse and Musigang looking on. 9.8, 14 and a half seconds already gained. She's only got another 9.8 to go.
Look at the reaction when she respects Rico Gross so much. There was an absolute change of pace there when she's on her limit anyway.
Now, has Kvostenko got any sort of a sprint? She will have seen Neuner over her shoulder. A bid for glory when so many had written Germany off. Oh, every stride, every single stride, she gets closer, and there's nothing left in the legs of Kvostenko. Her shooting has been quite brilliant, and the Ukrainian team, with only 4 misses today, are about to be swallowed up by the greatest cross-country skier that the Biathlon Tour has ever known.
I think that is absolutely true, and they're job done, almost job done. Neuner is going to have energy after this, even after this incredible turn of pace. 24 seconds already. Look at the ski glide as well, but that's partly through the work on the downhill section.
Absolutely. She went over the apex of the hill with an extra burst of speed, Mike, and that was such good discipline. Musigang with a rare smile on his face. They know that victory is theirs. What a shame for the Ukrainian team. The Semidenko twins took leg 1 and 2. Pedrushna on 3, Kvostenko 4, and Neuner has blasted past Ukraine. It's going to be Germany who take the gold. I dare say, actually, Mike, they don't really deserve it. It's one woman who should get all 4 golds. Magdalena Neuner.
Neuner has, well, she's just done, she's put everything right. She's the silver, then a gold, then a silver, then 5th position, a further gold, and yet another gold. So this will be the 3rd.
An astonishing finish to put Germany at the top of the medal table on the last race of the meeting. The Norwegians will have been watching on, hoping that the Ukraine could do anything. If Neuner had missed a single target on that last shoot, it could have been a very different story. But already the smiles are there. Gössner in tears in the finish area. The German quartet of Henkel, Gössner, Bachmann. But it's all been about this lady. She claims her 3rd gold.